And since we're talking about bicycles, I want to show you this really nice horn light combo that you put on your handlebars. Now this is clever because it can actually act as a passing light. So if I press the horn, watch what happens. So not only is it making the horn noise, but it's also flashing the LEDs. That's very useful. Let's say you're gonna go past a car or a car is about to cut in front of you. You can push your horn nice and loud, they're going to hear it, plus they're going to see the lights in their side mirror. So very clever. Another thing is, of course, it can just be always on. So we turn it on like that. It's crazy bright, by the way. It's got various modes, different brightnesses. It's also got one like this where it kind of fades up and down so you can prolong your battery life. The next one I believe is strobe. Now this strobe is so intense that I'm not even sure if it would be safe to use on the road, because I've seen some people using strobe lights where I've had to stop because it's so intense, it's unsafe. So be very careful if you're going to use a strobing light. The next one is actually SOS. Now this is another one that I would recommend you be very careful with, because I've seen cyclists and motorcycles driving around with lights that are flashing SOS, and I'm thinking to myself, is that a cry for help, or do they just not realize that their light is flashing SOS? So be very careful if you use that mode. Now it also has a low power red LED. Now this will not light up your way, but it will let other people see you. Now again, remember, red on the back, white on the front. People mix these up. It's super confusing for other motorists. When they see red lights, they expect that to be the back of a vehicle. When they see white lights, they expect it to be the front of the vehicle. Now it's hard to show the brightness on camera, but trust me, this is super bright. This rivals even some pretty good flashlights. And on the low power, which is still super bright, it can last over 6 hours. Now it does dim as the battery gets consumed, but it's still more than bright enough. Let's take a look at the mounting system. It's simple but effective. Okay, so you can see it kind of looks like a zip tie or some kind of ratchet system. Let's pretend this is our handlebar. It will go around like that, and then we just screw it on nice and tight, and there you go. It's now on there nice and secure. It's actually a very simple system, but it works very well. It doesn't slip around like some other systems. And then of course for your horn and the light switch, you just mount that either here or over here, depending on your preference and your bars. And there you go, you can see it's now attached. Now this isn't the cheapest light, like I mentioned. This is around 400 pesos, although it's totally worth it because you get a horn, you get a passing light, you get a light that can let you be seen by other people, but also one that can light up the road so you can see any potholes and things like that. But if you're on a super budget, you can get these lights here. These are only 60 pesos, and you can get them in red and white, so one for the back, one for the front, or maybe put one on your helmet. So you can see this has an always on mode. It has a kind of stripy one, kind of like Knight Rider. It's kind of cool. Then you've got a flashing one, and then you've got a different type of flash. So very simple, very cheap, and this will also run for hours and hours and hours. It just charges by USB. I forgot to mention that both of these have rubber grommets that cover their micro USB charge ports. Obviously that's to keep the rain out, because these are meant to be rainproof and they have lithium batteries inside. So yeah, happy National Bicycle Day. If you don't already have lights on your bike and you're riding early morning, late at night, make sure you have them. Passing light can be super useful even during the day. This will be seen, this will be heard. Make sure you have a bicycle helmet and everything like that. Thanks for watching.